Title: Connecticut says I don't to child marriage. New law draws the line at 18. TLDR: Connecticut lawmakers are saying out with the old, in with the new. They've unanimously voted to toss out child marriage, putting a hard stop on anyone under 18 getting hitched. Seems fair, right? Well, opinions are mixed. Some say this law is overdue while others question its necessity given the rare occurrences of teen marriages in the state. What's your take? The Nutmeg state legislators are pushing for a matrimonial makeover. Connecticut lawmakers have cast a decisive vote, prohibiting anyone under 18 from receiving a marriage license. No exceptions, nada. Why? They aim to tighten the knots around the state's marriage laws and put a firm lid on child marriage. This legislation cruised through the Senate with flying colors and had already won a 98-45 bipartisan vote last month in the House of Representatives. The aim? To revamp a 2017 anti-child marriage law. Now, while some folks might argue why fix what ain't broke, activists point out that the previous law had a loophole as wide as the Grand Canyon, leaving younglings at risk of coercion and sexual abuse. Previously in Connecticut, a 16 or 17-year-old could snag a marriage license if their local probate court judge gave a thumbs up to a petition filed on the minor's behalf by their parent or guardian. And get this, emancipated minors could tie the knot at 16 or 17. But all that's set to change with this new bill. Governor Ned Lamont is all set to etch his signature on this groundbreaking legislation. But wait, there's a plot twist. Despite the unanimous Senate vote, there's a bunch of folks in the House who raised an eyebrow at the new law. Their question: is it really necessary given the scarce number of teen marriages in Connecticut? Democratic Senator Herring Gaston of Bridgeport can't help but take this legislation personally. Why? His sister was married off to a 50-year-old man when she was just 17, while living on the Caribbean island of St. Lucia. He shares, "I've seen the devastating impact it has had on her physically, how it deprived her of her innocence and of her childhood." So, who are we to dismiss this law as unnecessary? Advocates for the new bill, who turned up to the Senate proceedings dressed in wedding gowns and chains, have pointed out that neighboring states such as Massachusetts, New York, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey have already said I do to the 18-year-old marriage requirement. Connecticut joins the list of states across the country this year that have moved to put the age bar for marriage at 18, Vermont being another one. But not all attempts were a hit. Efforts to raise the minimum marriage age hit a snag in West Virginia and Washington. But hey, you can't win 'em all, right? So, while some states are still mulling over the minimum marriage age, Connecticut has said its vows and sealed the deal. But the question remains, is this a step towards safeguarding the innocence of the youth or an unnecessary impediment to their personal freedom? What's your take on it?